Well, tomorrow will be a defining moment for the Supreme Court as a 5-judge bench rules whether the court can hear a retirement age dispute facing Deputy Chief Justice Kalpana Rawal and suspended Supreme Court Judge Philip Tunoi. And as KTN's Murimi Mwangina reports, the ruling comes on the backdrop of alleged vested interests among some of the judges sitting on the bench.
The Supreme Court, it appears, will be balancing between justice and alleged deep vested personal interests when the 5-judge bench rules whether the court should proceed to hear a retirement age dispute involving 70-year-old Deputy Chief Justice Kalpana Rawal, suspended Supreme Court Judge Philip Tunoi, aged 72, against their employer, the Judicial Service Commission. JSC wants all judges to retire at 70. Activist Okia Omutata wants the judges to disqualify the Supreme Court from hearing the dispute, arguing that Justices Njoki Ndongo and Jack Juang have already expressed bias in favor of their two fellow judges. Rawal and Tunoi, on the other hand, insist that Chief Justice Willy Mutunga and Justice Mokin Wanjala, who sit in the JSC, are likely to be prejudiced against them.
If the court was to hold that indeed, as a result of the bias or likely bias of some of the judges, the final decision on this question will lie with the decision by the Court of Appeal.
It's a test for Justice Mutunga. This is his last bench, the last ruling he's going to make as the President of the Supreme Court. And therefore the country is going to look at his legacy, where you have to determine something that affects you as a person.
But the 5-judge bench will also be making a determination whether the Chief Justice acted within his administrative authority by fast-tracking the hearing date to the 2nd of June from the initial June 24th, as had been set by Justice Njoki. Rawal and Tunoi want the hearing date to revert back to June the 24th, which will be 8 days after Mutunga's retirement. In such a case, the top court will be staring at a quorum crisis, as only 4 judges will be left to hear the dispute. To be properly constituted, the Supreme Court must have at least 5 judges on the bench.
There is no way the doctrine of necessity would allow a situation where a judge will sit on their own case.
It's an issue that should have been dealt with, first of all, internally, before it spills out into the public in the manner that it has now.
It's important for them to determine this matter right now in a manner that essentially is going to make us go forward.
Now, walking a tightrope between justice and alleged vested interests, the judge's verdict on the retirement age stalemate will not only influence the legacy of the Supreme Court, but also that of Chief Justice Willy Mutunga, who retires in less than a week. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.